Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Those of you on TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook platforms, I am T. Clay. Walk with me. We're in the book of Jubilees. Yes, the book of Jubilees. Yes, many people have different assumptions regarding the land locations. You can go by the land locations that are presented in the Bible and those that are noted on the maps. But the main thing you have to understand is that the names and locations of things have been relocated. They have been revised, renamed, moved from this point, finding a point somewhere in the land that could resemble what the Bible is talking about. So we have to be circumspect and wise to understand as far as biblical locations. Now, this has been deliberately done because of Deuteronomy chapter 28. Yes, it has been deliberately done. For it was mandated that these spirits should motivate these people to do such things. Now, let us pray. Thank you, most holy Tanini Nanini. Thank you for all that you've done. We thank you for this good morning. We thank you for all the earth that your plan and your mind, your thoughts are being carried out in the earth. Whether those who to be delivered and those to be destroyed, those to be stricken, those to be impoverished, those, whatever the thing may be according to your judgment, because judgment is just a measure to inflict sentence or to conduct a sentence. Sentence is passed out on the earth every day. Sentence, yes. But above all that, I pray the prayer of Abram. Deliver me from the hands of evil spirits who have sway over the thoughts of men's hearts. And let them not lead me astray from my God, from thee, my God. Establish thou me and my seed forever, that we go not astray henceforth and forevermore. Jubilees Chapter 12, verse 20. And with all that, we say yes. Now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am T. Clay. And we had ended in the 34th chapter of the 15th chapter of Jubilees. I'm not finna, but I'm getting ready to go back over this. Now, verse 34, 15th chapter of Jubilees, verse 34. Now, let's get back with this. And also, we thank God for those of you, I haven't forgot. We thank God for those of you that have came from the beginning. Yes. So you already know the things that have been going on. You know the things that we've been discussing, the things that we have brought out and pointed out. And we thank God for those of you who came in between, those of you who are still studying these archives or the history of these Bible readings and walkthroughs. And we thank God for you trying to catch up. And we thank God for those of you who have just joined and those of you who are about to join. We give God and the glory for you. Yes. Again, Jubilees, chapter 34. Jubilees, chapter 15, verse 34. Yes. And there will be a great wrath from the I Am against the children of Israel because they have forsaken his covenant. See, the angel of presence is already telling Moses this is what's happening. They have forsaken his covenant. This is, and turned aside from his word. Even to this day, it's not about the whole world. It's about who he chose. They have turned aside from his word and provoked and blasphemed in so as much as they do not observe the ordinance of this law. And what is the law? Circumcision. Circumcision. What is another law? Observance of the Sabbath, Sabbathini. What's another law? The observance of the feast of first fruits. All these he have talked about before we get to this point. Now, for they have treated their members like Gentiles, so that they may be removed and rooted out of the land, and there will be no more pardon or forgiveness unto them, so that there should be forgiveness and pardon for all sin of this eternal era. See, the law has not passed. Jesus cannot, your Isus, no, your Hawashai, no, not even your Yahusha can nullify the law of the Most High, not by blood, not by death, not by anything. Yeah, he's called the elect one in the book of Enoch, and this elect one was come that he might be qualified to judge all in heaven and in earth. Yes. Yeah, if you go by the things that we read, you go by the things that are said, and you go by the actions that are made, you'll find out that this is what God is saying. He's going to reveal it to you. Now we're going to chapter 16, and chapter 16 reads, "And on the new moon of the 4th month, the first day of the 4th month, the angel said, we appeared unto Abram at the oak of Mamre. And we walked with him, and we announced to him that a son should be given to him by Sarah, his wife." Sarah was chosen to nurture and birth Isaac, even another nation of Abraham, because the seed of man cannot be changed. But the egg of a woman can contain many nations. But anyway, and Sarah laughed, for she heard we had spoken these words with Abram, and we admonished her, and she became afraid and denied that she had laughed on the account of the word. She lied. Okay. Did she lie in order to somebody's hurt, bearing false witness to somebody getting hurt, or somebody's getting, legally detained or something like that? No. We told her the name of her son, and his name is ordained and written in the heavenly tablets or tables, Isaac or Asaka, or whatever language you might pronounce his name in. And that when we returned to her at the set time, she would have conceived a son. Yes, the angel of appearance, they were the ones that says, they spoke as though in the first person of God. That's what they did. That's why you prophets, you have to be very careful, because some say this and some say that. Thus saith the Lord. It could be any Lord. What Lord are you saying? What Lord? How come he does not have a name? This is on your ignorance, on your behalf. Now, verse 5. "And in this month the I Am executed his judgments on Sodom and Gomorrah and Zeboim and all the region of Jordan, and he burned them with fire and brimstone and destroyed them until this day, even as lo, I have declared to thee all their works, that they are wicked and sinners." In other words, they transgressed the law. Everybody knew the law of the Most High because it was taught by their fathers, which was taught by their father, even Noah, which was passed on from beyond the flood. Even your Egyptians. So you have to be careful of these spirits. You have to realize these spirits can enter your mind. They can enter your dreams. They can do all things. I've experienced these things firsthand as far as mind, dreams, their presence, all these things. They can excite your flesh in certain ways. I'm not talking about lasciviousness, but I'm talking about fear come upon you. Things can happen. Your hair can raise on the back of your head, and you could see little things happening. Sometimes they even appear to you, if the Most High permits. Now, let us continue. "Lo, I have declared unto thee all thy works, that they are wicked and sinners exceedingly, and that they defile themselves and commit fornication in their flesh and work uncleanness in the earth." Now that uncleanness covers a myriad, not a myriad, but it covers everything a man can do that he can do, from animals to each other to whatever. Now, and in like manner, God will execute judgment on the places where they have done according to the uncleanness of the Sodomites. This is where you get the word sodomy. Now, like unto the judgment of Sodom. But Lot we saved, for God remembered Abram and sent him out of the midst of the overthrow. Because they were overthrown. Simple as it is. They were farmers, simple. Farming is very simple. And he and his daughters commit sin upon the earth, such as has not been on the earth since the days of Adam till his time, for the man lay with his daughters. Now, God did not excuse Lot in this thing. He pointed out through the angels of parents' presence that this thing was so, that he had committed an abomination. He laid with his own flesh and blood. Ugh. But anyway, for the man lay with his daughters. Verse 9. And behold, it was commanded and engraven concerning all his seed on the heavenly tables to remove them and root them out and to execute judgment. In other words, judgment is coming up. Judgment is showing that you have been found guilty of what? Judgment is the result of being found guilty of the law or of an offense. And then once found guilty, judgment is set to sentence. You're judged to be sentenced, depending on what you were judged by, if I made any sense. But anyway, like the judgment of Sodom. Sodom was judged. Sodom was found wicked. They were found people that have done those things which should not be done. And therefore their sentence was fire rained on them. And to leave no seed of the man on earth the day of condemnation. Verse 10. And in this month Abram moved from Hebron and departed and dwelt between Kadesh and Shur in the mountains of Gerar. And in the middle of the 5th month he removed from thence and dwelt at the well of the oath. And in the middle of the 6th month, the I Am visited Sarah and did unto her as he spoke, and she conceived. And she bare a son in the 3rd month. And in the middle of the month, at the time which the I Am had spoken to Abram, on the festival of the first fruits. Now, he's doing another first fruits. This is during the harvest. First fruits of harvest. A sucker was born. Yes, you celebrating the son. Now, this is how God is. The celebration of first fruit with a first son. The first son is not his first son, but the first son that Sarah has conceived from him. Yes. And Abram circumcised his son on the 8th day, being obedient like you parents should be. Who cares about this medical place? They're there to do the service. Who cares about all this? They give you things you don't even need. But nevertheless, some people do need them. But anyway, and Abraham circumcised his son on the 8th day, and he was the first that was circumcised, according to the covenant which is ordained forever. Now that is a covenant ordained forever for the children of Jacob, and also forever for the children, all those that came through Abram. Yes. Now, which is ordained forever. In the 6th year of the 4th week, he came Abram to the well of the oath, and we appeared to him. See, this is the angel of presence. He might have saw it as God, but they know who the Most High is, whatever you call his name in your language, or to your understanding. We'll put it that way. They know who the Most High is, but they spoke in the Most High's name, according to the pure language, which was Ebri. Yes. And we appeared unto him, and he had told Sarah that we should return to her, and she would conceive a son. Verse 16, and we returned in the 7th month and found Sarah with child before us, and we blessed him, and we announced to him all the things which had been decreed concerning him, that he should not die till he should beget 6 sons more. and should see them before he died, but in that Isaac or Isaac should be his name and seed called. Yes. In other words, you can have many sons, but many sons, but there's that one special son that you just take note on. See, does it mean that you love them more than the other? Yes, you do love some children more than you love the others. It depends on your definition of love. But the fact is, love is many things to many people. But yet there's only one love. And that, to me, is the law. That's the love. That's the love we display toward our brother, our sisters, and all those around us, is the love which is measured by the law. That's a good way to put it. The love which is measured by the law of the Most High. Yes, that's true love. All the rest of it, affectionate, sensual, all that other stuff. But anyway, he said, in Isaac shall his name be called, and all the seed of his sons should be Gentiles. They're Gentiles. In other words, they're not the chosen. They're other nations. And be reckoned with the Gentiles, but from the sons of Isaac, one should become a holy seed and should not be reckoned among the Gentiles. In other words, you are special. You're a kingdom of priests and kings. Yes, that's what he's saying. And should not be reckoned among the Gentiles. Verse 18. And he should become the portion of the Most High, and all his seed have fallen into the possession of God, that it should be unto the I am a people for his possession above all nations, that it should become a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. Now, God is not finished with Jacob. Yeah. Woo. God is not finished with Jacob. God is not finished with Jacob. God is not finished with Jacob. Yes. He has a plan. Until this has come to pass, it says it should become a kingdom. I don't care what Jacob did back then or where Jacob is scattered all in the earth. God had already had a plan, and he'd announced that to the whole world through his holy writings. That it should become a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. And we went our way and we announced to Sarah all that we had told him, and they both rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And he built there an altar to the I am, and had delivered him to who, and was making him rejoice in the land of his sojourning. You can kill Jacob. Jacob's going to rise again. You can subdue Jacob or suppress Jacob. Jacob's going to get food, he's going to get clothing, he's going to get shelter, and he's going to have land. Yes. All right now, come on him. And he celebrated a festival of joy in this month, 7 days, near the altar which he had built at the well of the oath. And he built booths for himself. Now here we go to Feast of Booths. Abram built booths for himself and for his servants on this festival. And he was the first to celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles on the earth. On the earth. He didn't say heaven. On the earth. Woo, glory, glory, glory unto the Most High. All praises. Yes, 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 yes. There remaineth the rest to the people of the Most High. Yes. And he said he was the first to celebrate the Feast of Tabernacles on the earth. And during these 7 days, he brought each day to the altar a burnt offering to the I am, 2 oxen, 2 rams, 7 sheep, 1 he-goat for a sin offering, that he might atone thereby for himself and for his seed. Hallelujah. Glory. Yes. It just gets down in your soul. I ain't talking about no all that churchy stuff, but I'm talking about how you would feel like David, rejoicing over the word of the Most High. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. And as a thank offering, 7 rams, 7 kids, 7 sheep, 7 he-goats, and their fruit offering and their drink offering, he burnt all the fat thereof on the altar. And with that, we're going to say, peace.